You know, those creepy stories about sleep paralysis demons that make you wonder if you should just never sleep again. Well, there's actually some science behind these scary stories. And today we're going to talk about it. Sleep paralysis is a phenomenon where your brain wakes up but your body stays asleep. It can be a really unsettling experience, especially if you're re-aware of your surroundings or if you hear or feel something in the room with you. And while sleep paralysis has been associated with a number of frightening things throughout history, from evil spirits to pressure sores, researchers are starting to learn more about what causes it and what keeps it from becoming a regular part of your bedtime routine. And if you're scared of going to sleep because of terrifying tales about creatures that come to feed on your fear, we've got some good news for you. There's no evidence that demons exist. But if you're scared of the dark, then this might be a good time to find a new bedtime story. Sleep paralysis itself isn't anything new or particularly rare. In fact, it's thought to affect almost a third of adults at least once in their lives. Most people experience it when they're transitioning between sleep stages, specifically when they wake up, but their bodies remain paralyzed from their REM sleep stage. During REM sleep, your muscles are basically frozen so you don't act out your dreams. And sometimes when you're waking up, your brain doesn't get the memo that it's time to unfreeze. But other times, sleep paralysis happens when your brain gets a little too excited during REM sleep. Normally, your brainstem sends signals to the muscles in your body to keep them relaxed, which is how you maintain that REM sleep and prevent yourself from acting out your dreams. But if you get extra excited during REM sleep, your brainstem might send confused signals to your muscles, which could make them twitch or even lead to full body paralysis. Now, we don't exactly know what causes this disruption in your brainstem signals, but we have some ideas. For instance, sleep deprivation, stress, and certain medications can all increase your chances of experiencing sleep paralysis. And researchers have also found a link between sleep paralysis and narcolepsy. In one study, almost 2/3 of participants who experienced sleep paralysis also met the diagnostic criteria for narcolepsy. So having either of these conditions might have put you at risk for the other. But the weird thing is that sleep paralysis itself isn't necessarily a bad thing. Sure, it's uncomfortable and can be pretty scary, but it's generally not dangerous. However, it can become a serious problem if you're not able to escape it. If you're completely paralyzed, you won't be able to call for help or even move to escape your situation. And that's where the stories of sleep paralysis demons come in. In folklore and mythology around the world, sleep paralysis is often attributed to demons or other evil spirits. They were often depicted as incubi or succubi, which are male or female demons respectively that prey on sleeping humans. Incubus was believed to sit on top of sleepers, causing sleep paralysis, while succubus was believed to crawl into sleepers' mouths and force them to scream and thrash around. These creatures were usually said to target young women, and they were often described as having animalistic qualities, such as claws, fangs, and tails. Some stories about sleep paralysis demons date back thousands of years. For example, there's an ancient Mesopotamian myth about a demon named Lamastu that preys on sleeping infants. And in the Bible, there's a story about an evil spirit that paralyzes a man until Jesus heals him. Even more recently, sleep paralysis demons have made appearances in popular culture, often depicted as shadowy figures that loom over sleeping people. But even though sleep paralysis has been attributed to demons for centuries, there's no evidence that these creatures actually exist. But that doesn't mean that everyone who experiences sleep paralysis has an entirely non-supernatural explanation for it. Some people who experience sleep paralysis claim that they see, hear, or feel things in their rooms that aren't actually there, and there's a perfectly rational explanation for that. When your brain goes from sleeping to awake, it takes a few seconds for your senses to come online. So if you're in a dark room, your brain might not be able to tell that right away, and that could explain why some people see shadowy figures during sleep paralysis. Similarly, hearing something in your room could be explained by hypersensitive hearing, which is a condition where everyday sounds seem much louder than they should be. These sensory experiences can be intense, especially if you're already scared of sleep paralysis demons. So if you do experience sleep paralysis and you start to hear a noise in your room, it might be tempting to believe that it's a demon getting ready to attack, but it's probably just your brain making the most of its new superpower hearing. So while there's no need to worry about demons, there are still some risks associated with sleep paralysis. And if you want to learn more about what might be causing yours, you should talk to your doctor. Thanks for watching.